So yeah, quick overview. But before that, should put run for the jump, man. And I'm back with another Jumpman reaction video to the movie Him. I know everybody been expecting this and waiting to see this. You know what I'm saying? It was a very intriguing, very interesting, very all over the place kind of movie. You know what I'm saying? So quick overview. Cameron Cade. This is the prospering, rising high school quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it to the leagues, being trained and groomed by his father that somehow, some way passed away in the movie because they didn't show what happened. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he passed away, but his dad, like, really groomed him. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, his dad was basically like a handler. You know what I'm saying? You'll know what I mean once I go on explaining more about the movie. But if you already know what a handler is, then you already know. So, but rising quarterback who suffers a potential career-ending injury after being attacked by an unhinged fan. But it really wasn't an unhinged fan. It really was a mascot from Isaiah White, aka Marlon Wayans. It was staged so they can isolate him from being drafted from other teams, because it was designed for him to go to the Saviors. That was the name of the team that his father worshiped and idolized Isaiah White, the quarterback, Marlon Wayans, for so much in the jump. You know what I'm saying? And as he was grooming his son at a young age, he always told him guts over glory. And he would come to find out later in the movie. So just when all seems is lost, Cams receives a lifeline when his hero Isaiah White, which is also his dad's hero, offers him to train him in an isolated compound. So Marlon Wayans, aka Isaiah White, he had his own combine where, you know, if you know football, you know football. You know, they combines, it's kind of like they treat you like they treat athletes, up and coming athletes, like some slave type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they size and you want to see how long your arm width is, you know what I'm saying, your speed, your weight, how much fat you got on your, you know, percentage on your body. It's like they looking for that next big star. You know what I'm saying? And they need all your stats. Same thing like with the slave shit. You know what I'm saying? They looking for that next slave that can put in all that work, you know what I'm saying, out there on the field. So however, as the training accelerates, Isaiah's charisma turns into something darker towards Cameron Cade. You know what I'm saying? Sending Cam down a disorienting rabbit hole that may cost him more than he ever begging for. So as he going along with this combine in the compound of the Saviors with Isaiah White, aka Marlon Wayans, a lot of dark shit is going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he's seeing that, you know, that it's more of a sacrifice than more of a actually being what's the word I'm looking for? Nice, good, whatever. So basically Isaiah White wanted to see how much he could, not just him, but him and the owners of the Saviors wanted to see how much he would sacrifice. And that's literally what he had to like really do. However how his dad died unalive, he sacrificed for his son to be the next rising quarterback for the Saviors. his dad actually had a relationship. We don't know what kind of relationship it was because the movie didn't go too much into all that. He had a relationship with the owner of the team. Now, you know, a lot of these owners of these teams, whether it's NFL, NBA, NBL, hockey, or even owners of music labels, they not melanated people. They are either Europeans, you know what I'm saying, or like, you know, like how my boy Papa Duck be trying to say is real, you know what I'm saying, or the Zionist ooze, you know what I'm saying. They not melanated, copper tone color people, you know what I'm saying. But the people that's running everything and being the most creative of all this shit and sending trends and making everything trending for everything is the copper tone color indigenous people of America. But his dad had some kind of relationship with the old European Caucasian guy, and obviously they had something set up to where it was going to be designed and staged for him to be the next in line. A lot of these athletes, celebrities, all these different people in all these different areas getting all this money, a lot of them didn't really get there by because of their skills. A lot of them got there by politics, you know what I'm saying. So don't be fooled on that shit, you know what I'm saying. Go down the rabbit hole and learn more about what's really going on. It's a lot of secret society shit going on. It's a lot of cult shit going on. And this movie had a whole lot of cult, secret society symbolism in it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of sacrifices had to, you know, be done, blood sacrifices, unalive sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? To be that GOAT. And that's what him was about. It basically was saying, I'm the GOAT. Originally, they say this movie was supposed to be called The GOAT, you know what I'm saying? And y'all already know who the GOAT quarterback of NFL is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a real sports head. Name slipped my mind, but y'all know, you know what I'm saying? They got all the rings, so watching this movie will make you question if you don't have never ever failed in a rabbit hole of what's going on with the sports and all this celebrities and artists and stuff. It'll make you question, you know what I'm saying, why the quarterback, the GOAT of the NFL, got all the rings that he got, you know what I'm saying, or a basketball player got all the rings that he got, you know what I'm saying. These people had to give up something, you know what I'm saying, and they got to show their loyalty to these owners, you know what I'm saying. A lot of these owners are, like I said, into these secret societies, and then they get these athletes and these celebrities and these stars involved into a lot of these secret societies as well, you know what I'm saying. So him was a very interesting, all over the place movie, you know what I'm saying. It was very dark, very horrifying, very demonic, and all that shit, you know what I'm saying, in one. But it shows you what goes on behind closed doors with all these sports and stuff. What's good, bro?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you good?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So y'all go watch him if you ain't watched it already. I just dropped the spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? And when he get bashed on the head by the mascot for one of the saviors on his high school football field, the staples symbolize the strings in the football. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's a whole lot of symbolism in this movie that I know I'm probably gonna leave out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure some other channels gonna pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As long as I know what I know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't going in too much detail about all the symbolism, but you know what I'm saying? It was basically a lot of rituals, you know what I'm saying? Sacrificing, you know, human lives, you know what I'm saying? Showing you what's going on behind these, all this sports and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Not just sports, like I said, music and everything else. They're gatekeepers to all this stuff, because they control all these different types of corporations on their matrix. So yeah, man, that was him. And yo, football sport type of / horror movie. I'm gonna get this joint by Jordan Peele and a couple other directors. And oh, before I forget, this shit was about what you willing to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the movie, the quarterback, the rising quarterback, he was given the opportunity to sign a contract. You know what I'm saying? After they made him, you know, unexpectedly, unknowingly get involved in some rituals that he didn't even know that he was participating in the whole time he was at this combine. You know what I'm saying? And so once he realized, you know what I'm saying, everything that had to be done, after him and Marlon Wayans, Isaiah White had a one-on-one lock-in room fight to the death, because it only could be one GOAT. It can only be one him. You know what I'm saying? To lead the team, be the leader of the team, quarterback basically. And they got into this one-on-one fight in this room where the doors was closed and locked. And, you know, the rising quarterback ended up being the one that you know, that won that fight. So he had unalived them and shit. And throughout this whole movie, they were taking these like energy injections, but it was like blood from previous quarterbacks that they preserved, but it gave them, like, once they injected it, gave them like all this adrenaline. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like what they do when they doing their sacrifices and stuff from the adrenaline chrome. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. But at the end, all the owners was waiting for him to sign the contract, and it was like on a pentagon. It was like a pyramid. I don't know. It was like some. It was like more than one symbol in one. And after he thought about it, he like, nah. Said to himself, nah. They basically were like, if you don't sign, we can unalive your family. Do you know what was put on the line? Your dad sacrificed everything for you to be in this position. So maybe his dad got unalived just so his son can be in that position. And I guess he thought that him grooming him since a child, maybe he would have took that decision. But he didn't. He had a mind of his own. He was like, nah, this shit ain't for me. And he started unaliving the whole staff. And he never signed that contract. Now, literally, physically, the soul cannot really be sold. But what are you doing is you selling your morals, your principles. You know what I'm saying? That's like selling your soul, but the soul can't be held captive by someone else other than your physical body. You know what I'm saying? Which is your avatar, your vehicle. So yeah, almost left that part out, which was a very, you know what I'm saying, crucial part to know of the movie. And like I said, I'm giving this jump 5 popcorn. Peace on my water.